Wrestle Story, WWE fans. Tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story are
Becky2Belts no more,
Bayley in the Bank,
and Brock Lesnar returns.
All that and more coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story, where we discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday night after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT, and after every pay-per-view. And now Maven is messing with our lighting and messing everything up.
I did not mess everything up. I was being glitchy, and so I was trying to fix it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Make sure you, if you haven't subscribe to us and hit that little bell button thingy too, so you know when we go live.
Yeah, as always.
All right, so tonight we talk about the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Oh, boy.
Man, a lot of bad things happened for you, didn't it?
Not bad things. It's not all bad. Okay, so first off, our prediction championship is on the line.
Yes, I am the champion.
You want to grab that?
Do you want me to just hand it to you now? So that everybody knows. Here, I'll just hand it to you. You can hold it around your shoulder.
So, prediction championship belt is on the line.
Hi, Jamie.
And, we have ourselves a new champ here.
Yep.
Because you suck.
Yeah, okay.
And so, we have a new champion. And, that would be me. And so, you're welcome. I have just saved the, division. Whatever division we stand for. I don't know what that would be. But I just saved the division, people. And I am now the champ. So, I won by a point. Because you got things wrong.
Yes.
Actually, it's a point and a half. Because I count one thing that I called.
Yeah, whatever. Let's
half
just
a point.
Get on with the show here.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold the title until
Good.
I get tired of holding it. So
Yeah.
and then I'll set it down. But we're holding it right now. So, overall, good pay-per-view, I think.
It wasn't too bad.
Boy, did they throw some twists in there that I had mixed feelings about. No, actually, one twist I absolutely hated. The other twist was good.
Yes, the other twist. Hello, Bendy.
Hey, Bendy, how's it going? How you doing?
Overall, I didn't think it was a bad show.
I didn't either. I thought it was pretty good for pay-per-view. Okay, I'm tired.
There's still some things that I wish that they would end and some storylines they'd start to develop.
Yeah, don't we all? Well, we'll talk about that here in just a second because, it's what we do. We talk about wrestling. So,
that's why it's the Wrestle Story.
Yeah, obviously.
You are quick.
Thank you. I know. But we start with the pre-show, and on the pre-show, they started off with, a Becky interview, and they interviewed her about her match and stuff, and we're like, how are you going to do it? She was like, I will, because I will. I'm just that good. And then we come back from that, and they do a Lacey promo, which, honestly, it was a good promo. I'll give her that. It was a good promo.
It was a good promo.
So, the
only thing I wish they'd do with this pre-show is have, another match or two. Because there's too much.
So, the thing is, there were supposed to be 2 matches on the pre-show. That's what they were, telling us and,
Again,
advertising.
WWE having no clue, and they, switch things up.
But then they changed
I know people that watch WWE are shocked by that.
I know. But then they changed that, and so we only got 1 match in the pre-show. But I will say, I'm kind of glad that the 1 match got moved up to the first ever Money in the Bank contract to never be cashed in. So, it was just, me. Pre-show, as always. Me.
Yeah, the one thing I don't get, and we'll get to it as we talk about it, is the way they ended it.
The show?
Yeah.
Entirely?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little...
Yeah, irritated?
Irritated is telling it lightly.
Yeah, definitely.
So, then we have a Kevin Owens interview on the pre-show, talking about his match with Kofi. Then we have, then we have a match. Wow! Boy, oh boy.
The Usos versus Rowan and Daniel Bryan.
We're just calling him Bryan. We're shortening his name. Sorry, people.
Bryan.
His name is Bryan now. Says me. That's all I ever call him. I don't ever call him Daniel Bryan anymore.
Yeah, because that's too much to say.
Well, I also think part of the issue is because his actual name is Bryan, and I watch, the Total Bellas and Total Divas and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that
so,
would require you to think too much.
His name is Bryan on
Bryan.
there, and so it's just easier. We're calling him Bryan now. And so this match was really good.
Good match.
So it was getting to be like 5:45. And the actual show was supposed to start at 6.
Well, I think there's 2 things here. I think they put this right at the end so they could get the maximum number of people to watch it in the stadium or in the auditorium.
I would agree with that.
And I think that they were hoping they could get maximum people to watch it.
People were into this match, honestly. If you look at the crowd, people were into it.
Why is this not a main event match? I mean, it's with who they had in it, it's a main event match that's on the pre-show.
Yeah, it was good. It was a really good match, and the crowd seemed to be into it. And so, it was getting to be like 5:45-ish, and the actual show starts at 6, and I was like,
they're not going to have
the Cruiserweight match on here. And so then after this match, they further confirmed that, which we'll talk about in a minute. But as we both predicted, because it was a non-title match, boy, oh boy, my hair is getting in the way. Because it was a non-title match, we both were like, oh, the Usos are going to win. And they did. And so now, the Usos should get a SmackDown Tag Team title opportunity, in my opinion.
Yes, but, WWE doesn't do that.
And I know lots of other people are thinking the same thing.
Yes. But as we know, WWE doesn't think that way.
No, but the thing is, like, on commentary, I know they were like, oh, well, that's not even possible. Why would they let the Usos have a SmackDown Tag Team Championship opportunity when they're on Raw? Because the brand split is dead.
Pretty much.
It's dead.
Which is why I've said just go to one title. And they're going to add more, as we will soon find out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Because they don't have enough.
Yeah, they don't have enough.
I have a reason for why they're adding more.
I think I wrote that down somewhere, didn't I?
And I will
Maybe I didn't.
Explain it.
I don't know. I thought I wrote that down.
You didn't put on there? Seriously? So now we'll talk about it now then.
Okay, well, we're talking about it now because I thought I wrote it down, but apparently I didn't because I'm a ding-dong.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, they announced that tomorrow on Raw, we are going to get Mick Foley, who talks about the newest title being added to the division.
Yes.
Now, can anybody take a guess on what that might be?
Yes.
The hardcore title.
That's what I'm guessing.
I'm assuming it's going to be the hardcore title. I know a couple people on the internet, they were like, oh, what if they bring in like the WWE Women's Universal Championship? I was like...
They already have the Raw, SmackDown, and the Raw, or the Raw and SmackDown championships. I don't see them doing that. Although I've said, we've talked about it, and I've said, why don't they add like a U.S. title for the women or some sort of title like that?
Mm-hmm. IC title, Intercontinental, just a mid-card title for the women. I think a hardcore title wouldn't be too bad, but the thing is, talking about them adding the hardcore title back, that means hardcore matches, which means hardcore, like, with the hardcore title, it was you couldn't get a title opportunity literally anytime, anywhere.
Well,
being the hardcore champion, okay, I remember what it was before. It was like you could be out in the open and you could have somebody attack you from behind backstage, and then if they pin you, you lose your hardcore title.
Yeah. The bigger question is, whatever they're gonna do with the title is fine, but if it's the hardcore title,
they have to change their ratings.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Does that now become like PG-13?
And question TV-14.
Or TV-14, whatever.
And the question would be, is it just going to be a men's title, or can the women hold it too?
I couldn't see that happening.
Because
if they're going to do that, then
who says you can't have the hardcore title? Just strictly has to be for the men's division.
Well, because if they're going to bring in 2 titles, one for women, one for men.
Unless they just scratch that entirely, and then they do the intergender matches, which is what I know has been talked about in rumors, is potentially bringing... There have been a couple of rumors over the last several months talking about intergender matches and how other companies are doing them, so why isn't WWE doing them?
I was going to say, you know why they're doing that.
Because there are other companies that are doing them.
Yeah, well, other companies are doing that, but what is the one big company right now that may or may not challenge them?
AEW.
They
even said that themselves.
Yes.
So...
if they're making a change, it's because of AEW and what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So they've reacted to what... But it doesn't matter. If they don't have good storylines, it doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah. Ultimately, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
So, There's that. They're bringing in a new title. Super interesting. Curious to see what it is. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yes.
I wonder if they'll open the show with that.
They might.
Who knows?
So then we have
then we get the actual show.
Women's Money in the Bank match.
They open the show with the women's Money in the Bank match. Props to you, because this was a really good match. So, it was Carmella and Nikki Cross, and, has the belt winner been announced? Yeah, it was. And guess...
Well, we announced it just to get it over with so she could hold the belt and be proud. And
guess who your new champion is? Me.
Till the next prediction show.
I'm the new champion. Well, you didn't think, man. You told me I was sucky at predictions.
Well, I was trying to go outside the box with my predictions, and it didn't work.
There were a couple that I thought would be logical, and then there are others that we, agreed on, and we both were wrong, so then that took you out, but I was still ahead of you.
Yes.
Because I got the Money in the Bank one, when you legit had Bayley down as your pick, okay? This fool, for the Money in the Bank match, chose Bayley at first.
Well,
then, I threw this idea into his head, where they could do Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss together and do some type of storyline with them. And then you were like, you know what? I'm going to change my pick to Nikki Cross. I was like, I'm sticking with Bayley, you fool. I'm not changing it. Well, and then look what they did.
Okay, so who's
the actual fool? You.
Well, okay, but whose storyline would have been better?
Mine.
No, whose storyline would have been better?
Mine.
No.
Yes, my storyline would have been better. The Alexa thing?
Huh?
The Alexa Nikki Cross thing that we talked about the other day?
Well, yeah, but I mean, what does it
my
lead up to?
My storyline would have been better.
But what does it lead up to?
Yes, at least
yeah, she's real humble about her win.
I have been working for this.
From the time that she knew that she was going to beat me, I've been hearing it for the last hour.
I have been working for this for the last month. And I got it.
She's been training really hard for it.
It's called mental capacity.
Yes.
And how smart am I? Where do I go from
Or just
here?
how predictable is WWE?
Actually...
Yeah, there you are. See?
No. So anyways, yeah, I won and real humble.
Very humble.
Very humble.
So Bayley...
I'm gonna retain next month! No, actually, June 7th! June 7th. Actually, should we do this for NXT takeovers too? Predictions?
Haven't we done it for NXT takeovers?
Well, we kind of combined NXT and WWE WrestleMania.
We probably could do something.
Because TakeOver is going to be a week before Super Showdown.
Yeah.
Well, you might have a shot at being champion for a week.
Yeah.
You also might not. Because I am the reigning, defending, undisputed, Universal Tag Team WWE World Entertainment Wrestling Prediction Show champion.
Well, we have prediction. We could do predictions next week.
For?
AEW.
Double or Nothing. I forgot about that. We have to buy that still.
Yeah.
Wow, boy, we're getting real off track. Here we go. But yeah, no. We'll also have that next
Our
week.
recap show is now turned into her bragging about how good she is at predicting.
So...
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're done.
Thanks for watching. No.
Because her head just pushed me off the screen.
No, but we opened the show with the amazing match, okay? The women's Money in the Bank match. We had Bayley, Naomi, who came out. She had a really cute outfit. She was like a bee. I was liking the vibes. Natalya, Carmella, Nikki Cross, Mandy Rose. I'm missing two more people. Ember Moon and Dana Brooke.
Yes.
Forgettable Dana Brooke, sorry. She just is. And this was a great match. Great match. There were different spots in it that were really good. I think ultimately all of them did a great job using the ladders and stuff.
Yeah, it was a good... overall it was a good match.
Everything looked like it really hurt.
It was a good match. It was, legitimate a good match. And it was entertaining. So... And I thought when Carmella, went out...
Yeah, Carmella got, hit by Mandy Rose or something like that.
Yeah, I thought when she went out with, her knee thing that she would come back and then win it. And
we both would have been right.
And,
but she didn't.
It looked like that's the way it was going to happen, and then it didn't.
Well, then they had a close spot where Mandy had been up there, and then she got knocked off, or she was outside the ring, and Carmella came back down. It was after this. Mandy was taken out by Carmella after she came back out when she was done being injured or whatever and had her knee taped up in the back. She comes out, she takes out Mandy, she super kicks her in the face with the bad knee, might I add. She was fine. And then she got in the ring, she like...
Kind of like Becky Lynch was fine too when she had like 6 months of being on a crutch.
We don't speak about that anymore.
Yeah.
But then she got in the ring and she climbed the ladder like halfway, and then Sonya Deville, who was outside, hype man for, Mandy, because that's pretty much what she amounts to at this point. She was outside the ring, and she came in and she pulled Carmella off the ladder, attacked her, took her out, and then she grabbed Mandy. She brought Mandy in the ring, and she walked up the ladder with her. And I was like, just throw Mandy off. Just throw Mandy off, please. That's all you gotta do. One wrong move, and you throw Mandy off the ladder. And then your friendship is over. It's over. Just do it. Just do it. Throw her off the ladder. But she didn't. And then Bayley comes up, and she knocks Mandy and Sonya off the ladder.
Well, I will say something about this match after we get to the end. I'll reference back to this because I don't want to give away what happened, like, for people that didn't watch it. I don't want to give away, how the match goes later. Does that make sense?
The women's matches?
No, the both Money in the Bank matches.
Oh, okay.
Because
I don't have a clue where you're going with this, but okay.
You'll find out.
And then Bayley knocks both Mandy and Sonya off the ladder, which I already spoke about. And then we have your brand new Miss Money in the Bank, Bayley.
Yes.
I called this from day one. She was freaking winning this match. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And she did a great job. Amazing job. Like, so hype after this. I was like, in your face.
Yep.
If you had just stuck with Bayley, you would have been right. But you weren't.
And then we would have tied, and I would have retained my title.
Well, see, one wrong move, and you slip up, and you screwed up, and now I'm the champ.
I was hoping WWE would, be unpredictable for once, and they weren't.
They were not. And that's just the way life goes, okay? You just suck it up, man. So then we have after Bayley wins. We're done with all this. She kind of get interviews and gets they keep mentioning Sasha's name.
Yeah.
Which is odd to me because she's not even working right now.
She's going to turn on Bayley.
You think all this is work and she's going to come back?
Yep.
She's going to show up?
Yep.
Turn on Bayley?
Yep.
Well, okay. We're not going to talk about that yet. We're just gonna wait.
We won't talk about that yet.
No, we're just gonna wait a second because it kind of ties into the stuff that we talk about later, and I don't really want to spoil it, and so.
Man, we're talking about a lot of stuff later that we were talking about now.
We're gonna just hold on Sasha for a minute.
Everybody's gonna be confused on what we're actually talking about.
Well, what we're actually talking about now is the Triple H and Sami Zayn promo backstage. So Triple H is apparently running the show now. No Stephanie and no Vince in sight. Finally.
They're on vacation.
Finally, and no Shane either. But he was getting ready for his match.
Well, that's because he had a match.
Darn. But Triple H and Sami Zayn, they're backstage, and Sami is like, Hunter, you have to do something. Braun Strowman, I know him. He's going to come after me because I took a spot in Money in the Bank, and I can't believe this, and blah, 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 blah. And this said, you got to restrict him. You got to restrain him, man. Ban him from the building because I am going to get hurt. I was severely injured last week. I could have been killed, and you did nothing about it. And then he's like, you're fine. Shoo shoo. Until he left. And that was the end of that. Then we get into the next match. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. Severely. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. First off, Rey Mysterio. I almost said Rey Mysterio. Samoa Joe, he broke his nose in this match.
It was cool. Like blood everywhere. Okay, no, not really, but there was blood. There was some blood.
Becky did it cooler.
That's because she had blood dripping down her face when she did her.
Yeah,
but that was
she
a long time ago, so we're not talking about that. So we're moving on.
No, but it was cool. It's
that
better than
you know what that means? Samoa Joe is now going to go after the titles, and he's going to become Samoa Joe 2-Belts.
Samoa Joe 2-Belts. Boy, no, he won't. So Samoa Joe broke his nose in this match. I don't know when.
Or at least it looks like he broke his nose. We don't know for sure if he actually broke his nose.
I'm going to assume he broke his nose.
Tabitha was mad at this one.
Why?
Was she mad because Samoa Joe didn't win?
Is that what she was mad? I don't really know.
Well, she was watching in the other room when we were watching.
Yeah, and so I didn't really pay attention much to that. I was just kind of hype, so it's cool. But Samoa Joe broke his nose. We think.
Well,
it looked like he broke his nose.
This match, I don't understand. Why did they have Rey Mysterio win?
Because I think they're setting up for something.
Is it because Rey Mysterio took a beating after the match?
I think that was what she was upset about. I think.
Because Samoa Joe came out and destroyed him after the match was over?
Well, yeah. So he broke his nose, and then he got, he was setting up to do, a power bomb, and then Rey Mysterio ended up, doing one of his swoopy Hurricane Rana thingies where he, pulled him through his legs and then, flipped him over. And then he pinned him, but he didn't really pin him because, his shoulders were up for, 2 counts, but the ref counted 3. And so it was another faulty thing, and people on the internet were like, can't believe they just did that! They need to get a whole new set of refs because they screwed up.
Yeah, there was a lot of that going on tonight.
So that happened, and then he ended up getting pinned, and Rey Mysterio won the belt, and then Dominic, his son, came out, and he was like, yo, woohoo, Dad, you won, woohoo, awesome job, great job. And what's so funny is, okay, so actually it's after this is what's so funny. Samoa Joe decides he's going to come back and attack him some more, so he does.
And Dominic did nothing.
Now, what I find super funny is Michael Cole on commentary. He was talking about it. He was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Samoa Joe that he would attack Rey Mysterio in front of his teenage son. And the entire world is like, dude,
his son's 22.
His son is 22. And so they thought it was so funny. I thought it was hilarious. I was literally standing there watching it and I was like, what are you even talking about, Cole? He's 22 years old. He's not a teenager. What are you even talking about?
Yeah.
It was so funny.
It was fun.
It was hilarious. And so Rey Mysterio got the crap kicked out of him. And then Samoa Joe walked off into the sunset.
Pretty much it.
Rey
Mysterio is the new United States champion, though.
He is. And I was right once again. You should just followed my lead.
It's because all I can picture is Rey Mysterio being thrown through the side of a building.
I know. You said this enough times. I know now.
Especially when he's wrestling big people.
I know your stories.
Yeah.
I've seen them too.
That's because I said it 150 times.
And I've seen it too.
They keep having Rey Mysterio fight these bigger guys.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he's a champ. I'm thinking they're going to get Dominic involved. Somehow, whether it be in-ring. I really don't know, but I think it's going to be one of the 3.
Yeah, I think so.
I would just assume.
Eventually,
sometime.
Then we have the Shane versus Miz match. This was the worst match of all of them, the night, I think.
Yeah, I can agree with that. This match was pretty bad. Not from a match. I mean, Shane is just terrible in general. Miz was good. Miz was fine. But when you're working with someone who's absolutely horrendous, you don't have a lot of good things to say about the match.
And I was hoping they would end the feud, but I'm guessing it's probably not over.
It's not over. I will not be shocked. Okay, so Shane ends up winning after he gets pulled out of the thing by he ended up leaving via his t-shirt. Miz had him,
he
and
went
his
over
t-shirt
the
flipped
top
off.
of the cage and was hanging there, and the
Miz had him by his shirt.
And pulled his shirt off, and Shane fell to the
Shane
ground.
just fell to the ground, and so he won. And first, this match was extremely long, I felt.
Yes.
And it should have been shorter.
Yes.
It
would have been if they would have actually followed the rules.
Yeah.
Because the Miz had him pinned. It's a no disqualification. Shane put his leg up on the rope, and the ref stopped the count and made him break, which he's not supposed to do.
Because it's a cage match.
So this was the second match where the referee screwed up, or WWE is using this as a storyline.
Yeah, where the refs all screw up.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could kind of see where they do that, especially for the Shane match, because it is Shane and it's his boss, and so you can kind of go from that aspect of he's like, oh, I don't want to lose my job if I don't do this right.
Well, you can, but I mean, they because they did it in the Samoa Joe match.
And then they did it again later.
Yeah. So, with the way that I truly wonder if they're not going to tie this into a storyline.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, we'll just kind of have to see. They did screw up a lot of stuff. But, yeah, Shane won. Extremely long match. Shouldn't have been this long. I'm thoroughly expecting them to have a match at the Super Showdown in 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
June 7th.
Hopefully it ends there.
Hopefully. But,
don't expect it to, but...
Might go out to SummerSlam, too. Who knows at this point?
Who knows?
So then we have a Triple H... Well, I'm reading the old promo thingy. We have Sami Zayn backstage, okay? And the cameras are like, oh, what's happening? And Triple H, busts through the curtain thingies. And you see Sami Zayn...
Or just the curtains.
Whatever.
Because they're not, curtain thingies.
You see Sami Zayn hung up by his feet, knocked out on a gate.
Yeah.
And everybody's like...
Braun Strowman did it. Well, that's what they said.
Well, actually, that's what they were thinking.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, Braun Strowman, he did it. But we'll get back to that in just 1 second.
Yep.
Because then we had the Cruiserweight Championship match, which made its way onto the main card. Main card, people.
Yes.
This is big stuff.
Well, it's definitely a step up. The issue is
their entrances took about 25 years.
The crowd doesn't know who they are. So I think that's what kills them. Mm-hmm. And there just really was no reaction from the crowd.
No, and I think part of the problem is that they are from 205 Live.
Yeah, and that's probably a lot of it is just nobody knows who they are.
Yeah.
So, So, when you don't know who they are, it kind of makes it tough for people to get into the match.
Yeah. I was excited for it to be on the main show, but, I probably would have been more excited if it was, Buddy Murphy or Cedric Alexander when they were on 205 Live if it had made the actual main show. I find it really funny that now that they're gone, they decide to move them onto the main instead of being on the pre-show.
Yeah.
It just makes me laugh because, honestly, those were the guys who should have been on the main card anyways.
Pretty much.
But they weren't because they were on the 205 Live division, and so they put them on the pre-show.
Well, and that's, 205 Live, a lot of the 205 Live guys, I think, could be on the main show.
Yeah.
So.
I agree.
So then we go back and we have Braun and Triple H are backstage. Basically, Triple H asks Braun, did you hang Sami Zayn by his feet? And Braun denies it.
He's like, no, I didn't. I didn't do it.
And then
we're left with...
They end up telling him that he needs to leave the building.
Yeah.
And Braun, wasn't happy, but he went ahead and did it.
Yeah, he did.
He
actually left.
Which leads us to the first women's title match. Lacey
Which
Evans
actually leads us to neither Sami nor Braun being into the men's Money in the Bank match.
Oh, yeah.
Because Sami was taken to a hospital, and Braun was told to leave.
Yeah.
So, neither of them are in the match. So now we're left going...
with an empty spot.
Who's going in the match?
So then we have Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch.
Oh boy, oh boy. I will tell you, Lacey Evans' entrance was good. I thought it was good. Very flashy, very green.
Well, overall, I think that, this whole thing has been fairly decent.
Yeah, I mean, the match, it was good. It was a good match. Now, for not seeing Lacey Evans wrestle all that much, it was very money. It was good. I mean, I thought the match, like I said, I thought the match was good.
Yeah.
Lacey does have some skills in some places. She did a push-up thingy. Not a push-up thingy. Handstand. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Bendy, what's that thing called? Where you do the handstand back extension roll. That's what it's called.
And everybody else
It's back extension roll. Okay, so you do a backwards roll, but then you push up into a handstand.
Yeah.
And so she did that. She did a backwards roll, you push up into a handstand, and then she just went splat on top of Becky. And so I thought that was cool. I mean, it was a cool move. She didn't do her flying moonsault off the top rope. Good thing, because unfortunately, it's hideous.
Whatever.
So, compared to other people's. So I like the other one better. The back extension roll into a splat thingy.
Yeah, whatever. She's pretty athletic, so.
Back extension roll into splat.
Yep, back extension roll into a splat. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just stating facts here. It's better than the other move.
So.
And she didn't pull off the women's right.
Well, that's because they had to have Becky Lynch win, so she didn't get a chance to.
Well.
So Becky Lynch gets the win.
Boy, was I happy. I was like, the way it should be.
Yes.
Good. We were right there.
Yeah. So then the Charlotte's music starts.
Well, Becky started walking out.
Yeah.
Like, she was getting... Because their match was supposed to be later in the show.
Yeah. And the Charlotte's music starts, and they...
She's like, oh, we're going now.
Yep.
You're tired. I want you now.
So then you have the Charlotte-Becky match. Obviously, the wrestlers get to pick and choose when they wrestle.
Yeah, I didn't.
So you have Charlotte versus Becky. Lacey Evans is coming
this match,
to the ring and punching Becky.
She hit her with the woman's right.
Yep.
Becky was sitting there on the rope. Charlotte had the ref distracted. And so Lacey was like, haha, here I am. Smack. Hit her in the jaw. Becky's like, oh. And then Charlotte takes advantage of that. She hits her with the boot. But then Becky rolls her up to only get a 2 count. And I was like, yes! And then I was like, wait, what? That wasn't a 3 count? And then she hit her with, what did she hit her with? She hit her with a spear.
Yeah.
She hit her with a spear. And then she won. And
yes.
I was so mad.
Charlotte won.
Charlotte won.
Because I was confused by who you were talking about there.
I'm sorry.
Then she hit her with this, and then she hit her with that, and then she hit her with this.
Charlotte
and when she hit her with that, she won.
Okay. Charlotte won, and I was a little agitated,
yes.
okay?
Charlotte won this match.
I was not just agitated. I was really mad.
And then basically, the two of them attack.
Yeah, Lacey and Charlotte.
Lacey and Charlotte
the two
attack.
of them. See, you're yelling at me for not using names. You're like,
well,
the two of them attack.
I figured it'd be obvious that it was Lacey and Charlotte.
Could have been Becky and Charlotte who attacked Lacey. It could have been Lacey and Becky who attacked Charlotte. There's 3 people there.
So they both attack Becky, and then so Matt doesn't begin to explain you, Maven. Yes, definitely. So they attack Becky, and then Bayley comes down to help out.
Finally, I was yelling for Bayley. I was like, Bayley! Send Bayley out! As soon as Charlotte won, I was like, alright, let's bring out Bayley. Come on! Bring it on! Here we go.
So...
And then they started to attack her, and I was like...
Bayley cashes
Come
in.
on! Come on! I'm so mad. I was yelling at the TV. Like, I've never yelled at a TV so much in my life. Be honest.
Yes.
It's like you with football.
So Bayley decides to cash in on her.
So basically, Bayley.
Can I talk?
Yes, but you were stumbling over your words.
Bayley cashes in.
You were like, it sounded like you were going to say Bayley, but then you said basically, and then...
Bayley cashes in on her Money in the Bank and ends up beating Charlotte.
It was great.
So she becomes the new SmackDown champion.
I was so excited. Well,
but again, overall, I thought this was a good segment. I thought the way they did it was good.
So I was standing there, I was yelling at the TV so much, and then legit, Bayley, she like threw her into the ropes or something like that, and it like knocked her out. We told you that Bayley can't hear you, but you were yelling anyways. Yeah, I was. Maven loud.
Everybody could hear her.
Never.
I'm surprised you didn't hear her, Jamie.
I
was shocked by that.
So like she attacked her, okay, and then she threw her in the Bayley threw Charlotte into the turnbuckle, which like knocked her out, I guess. And then I was like, dude, get the flippin' briefcase, cash it in, let's go. And she like stood there. She was just like looking at her. I was like, let's go! You're wasting time here. Dude, come on.
We've already passed this. Because I basically told them without like telling them. I know,
but I kind of want to explain my stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you very much. And so then I was like yelling at her some more because she wasn't getting the briefcase. And then she finally went over and picked the briefcase up. I was like, seriously, let's go. Cash it in. You're wasting precious time here that she could be getting up and knocking you out. And then your opportunity is going to go to waste. And there'll be no point.
Definitely.
And then she finally, I want to explain her rage. It wasn't rage, okay? Okay, it was rage. At the time, it was rage. And then that got kind of...
rage.
It got turned into excitement. But then it got ragey as the evening went on. And so...
Ragey?
Ragey.
Yes.
And so I was like, dude, let's go! Cash it in, cash it in, cash it in. And she like stood there and was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm looking at my briefcase and I'm going to do it. I'm going to cash it in. I'm going to cash it in. I'm going to cash it in. I'm going to cash it in some more. And then she finally looked at...
Ragey. Definitely ragey.
She finally looked at the ref and handed the briefcase and was like, let's do it. And I was like, finally! Jeez! It took you long enough. You should have cashed that in like 3 minutes ago. You just wasted like 3 minutes.
Yes.
And then she cashed it in, and she set Charlotte up. She hit her with the elbow from the top rope, and then she won the championship. And it's like all relief because they took the belt off of Becky to put it on Charlotte, to then take it off of Charlotte to put it on Bayley, which made things so much better because if Charlotte was going to be the champ, it would have been the dumbest decision they have ever chosen in their lives because nobody would care.
Or because she's the better wrestler.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, my fault.
Okay? It doesn't matter. Nobody likes her. Okay? Nobody wants to see her as the champ. Do you know how much, like...
I'm worried there's going to be parkour right now.
It's just, it would boggle my
and with
mind.
as big as her head is, it's going to kill me.
It would boggle my mind if they would have kept the championship on Charlotte. Now, we talked about this. We were like, oh, well, then they're going to do... This makes sense for then. We need a...
That is funny, Jamie, because we actually talked about setting up a camera the next pay-per-view so then everybody can see how she acts.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm an extremely... Mom is mad she didn't film that. Yeah. She was. She walked in after, like, while it was happening.
She was like, we need a camera.
We need a camera ASAP. Let's go. And then there was no camera because we didn't do that. But, you know. So we had that.
I was trying to hear what they were saying on
and I was
TV,
yelling at Bayley to cash
and nobody could hear what was being said because Maven is like screaming at the TV.
I was yelling.
Bayley! Bayley, come to the ring!
I was yelling for Bayley to come out, and then I was yelling for Bayley to cash in, and then I was yelling at Bayley because she was being too slow.
She did a lot of yelling at Bayley.
And so, but then at the end I was like, finally!
Yep.
Here we go! Thank you so much, because this is what we needed. You just saved the SmackDown Women's Division.
Tiny Jerry does parkour because all the other kids do parkour.
And so, yeah, I was excited after that because she cashed it in. And so now Bayley is no longer Miss Money in the Bank. She is your SmackDown Women's Champion. So we have Becky on Raw, and we have Bayley on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No shushing her when she's flipping out over wrestling. Yeah. All right, now we just spent...
Now I need some water because I was just screaming.
Well, yeah, we spent 15 minutes of talking about Bayley winning when I had said Bayley won like 15 minutes ago.
Actually, we were talking about me freaking out over Bayley winning. I just kind of had to explain that experience because the people didn't get to see it.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I understand now. Yeah. Totally with you.
Got it. So then the next match was really fast.
Yeah, well, Elias versus Roman Reigns. Before the match even starts, Elias hits Roman Reigns in the back with a guitar.
With his guitar.
In the back, back before they even come
in
to
the
ring.
back, in the back, in the back, in the back,
trying
in the
to
back,
think of, where to go with that. But, like...
Is this a recap or a reaction video? It's both.
Yeah. It's like deja vu.
Mm-hmm. All over. Again.
So then, anyway, Elias hits Roman Reigns in the back. In the back. And then Elias comes out, does his normal, song, talking about how Hartford people suck, and since the pay-per-view was in Hartford.
It's a disgrace. And then he got through the whole song.
I think this is the first time he's gotten through a whole song in, like...
I think so.
Probably several months. Because usually someone interrupts him.
Last time I saw him get through a whole song was right before Royal Rumble. And then, after that...
Well, the whole time I was...
Jimmy...
Yeah.
I can't. Double J.
Jeff Jarrett. Yeah.
Too many J's.
The whole time I was waiting for Roman Reigns to interrupt him and come out, and never happened. Until Elias thought, okay, there's not going to be a match because I took him out and started walking out.
He was like, bye.
Up the ramp, and out comes Roman Reigns and
they play his music. He's like,
yeah. Roman Reigns comes out, punches him, does his super punch, takes him to the ring.
Superman punch. Jeez, get with it, man. Figure out what the moves are called.
Yeah, it's a super punch. Who cares?
It's a Superman punch.
I call it the man's right.
Whatever. Stop it. We are never calling any finishing move that ever. Okay, the women's right is bad enough.
I just thought of that.
We don't need that.
Would you rather have Lacey Evans call hers the Superwoman's right?
Superwoman punch would be better than women's right.
Oh, okay.
It's not even a good right punch.
So, anyway, Roman Reigns takes Elias go to the ring, and the match lasts like
2.2 seconds?
Yeah. Roman Reigns pins him.
He did like a Superman punch. He was like, and then he did a spear. He was like, ooh, ah.
Do that again.
What?
The whole sound effects thing.
And then he was like, ooh, ah.
Good job.
That's what he does.
Yeah. So that was it. Roman Reigns got the win.
And so he got the win. And you got this one right. Because I said Elias was going to win. Because I had other ideas on where they could move Shane off of The Miz. But they didn't do that. So we're still getting Shane and Miz.
Yep.
And so, yeah, that happened. And then the next match we have is the Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles.
Yes.
Now, I was kind of like...
It's funny because Jamie, YouTube tried to wanted us to check to make sure that you didn't say something inappropriate there. That's pretty good. She actually wrote it like how it sounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Uh-huh. And so Seth versus AJ. And I was like, we're not ending the show with this? Wow. I'm shocked. Because I thought this would be the main event.
I didn't.
I did.
I thought the KO versus Kofi would be the main event.
Well,
but I know why they made the one that was the main event. I know why they made it the main event.
Stupid reason. 2 letters. Actually, 2 words. But we're not going to say those words right now because they're inappropriate for right now.
Yes.
So, we're talking about Seth Rollins
in
and
a minute,
AJ Styles.
they won't be inappropriate.
Yeah. Good match. Really long. Back and forth. Ups and downs.
Yes.
Seth Rollins ends up getting the win, as we presumed. So, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Good match. Always like a Seth Rollins match.
And
always good.
After the match, they shook hands.
Mm-hmm. They did.
And there was no surprise punch or anything like that.
No. A lot of people are speculating AJ to turn heel.
That's what I was going to say. I thought maybe they're going to turn him heel, but I think that they kind of ended all of that talk by what they did, the way they ended it.
Yeah, and then they kind of started something new with whoever they chose to win the men's Money in the Bank match later. So it's stupid. Let's be honest.
So then we're supposed to have a match that nobody knew about. The Lucha House Party versus somebody.
It's a 6-man tag match because we can't go show without a 6-man tag match. Who are we kidding? This is Vince's company.
Well, and
gotta get a 6-man tag match.
The funny thing was they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have a 6-man tag match now, and it's the Lucha Party Lucha House Party." Sorry, and then they didn't even get to say who their opponents were for whatever reason. Probably because there really was no 6-man tag match. They were just gonna have Lars Sullivan come out and destroy the Lucha House Party, which is what ended up happening.
Well, I saw on Twitter that it was supposed to be Apollo Crews, somebody else, and somebody else. I don't know who.
And they just decided not to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
to have Lars Sullivan destroy the Lucha House Party. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, and in the process, Lars Sullivan busted his head open, I guess. I didn't really quite see what happened.
I didn't either, but he was bleeding.
There was
lots of bleeding tonight on the wrestling.
There was, and I don't really know why, but there was. Because why not?
So Lars Sullivan destroys them, and there was
oh boy, way to make them look strong, because those are totally 3 non-destroyable people.
Yeah, those are 4'2" wrestlers that he could throw through a wall.
Are non-destroyable.
Yeah. You mean they're destroyable. Non-destroyable would mean they couldn't be destroyed.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm confused by what you just said.
I said they put him up against the 3 most non-destroyable people in their company.
Oh yeah, whatever that means. All right.
They're totally non-destroyable.
Yeah.
You don't get the joke, jeez.
No clue what you're talking about.
Okay, whatever.
So then we have the Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston match. Good match. I thought definitely they were gonna have Kevin Owens win.
I did too, which is why I picked him.
Yeah.
But then they did.
So Kofi ends up getting the win.
He does. Which was, like we said, kind of shocking, honestly.
Yes, it was. It was a good match, though.
It was.
Interesting.
There was one bit in the match where, Kofi, I don't even know what Kevin Owens was trying to do. It was probably one of those, like, running, not powerbomb things, but, like, running, I don't even know what you would call it. But he, like, ran and then he jumps in the air and he just, like, splats on their back. Like, he just, like, slams in the back. You know what I'm talking about? The Kevin Owens, like, sorry, I just hit the table. It's like the thing where he, like, runs and then he's like, boom, and then splats.
Yeah, splats.
On his back, though. He's like, he, like, tucks into a ball and then does, like, cannonball thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you're saying.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody else does, but...
Well, he was, like, supposed to do one of those, like, on the ramp or whatever.
Yeah.
Not on the ramp. On the ring apron.
Uh-huh.
And, like, when he did it, it sounded, like, really hurt. Because it was, like, crack, 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 crack.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. There was just that bit in the match.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know. So then, we have the last match on the card. It was the men's Money in the Bank. And I was like, wow. Shocking. I'm very shocked that they're ending with this match. And so we get started, and it's the original 7 people. Ricochet, Andrade, Ali, Randy Orton, who am I missing? Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and...
Did you say Ricochet?
Yes. Who's the last one? Not Sami Zayn. Not... Where is it? I don't have a clue who the other one is because I can't see it. Who's the last one? Oh, Finn Balor. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah,
Good
that's
job.
who it is. Sorry. There's a graphic for you guys.
Yeah, because we had to pull up the graphic.
I couldn't remember who's in the match. And so we're taking out Sami Zayn out of the equation because he was not in the match. And so they had the original 7.
Holy moly. I know what you're saying there.
They had the original 7 in there, and I was like, who's the 8th person? And then they didn't add an 8th person. And I was like, oh, okay then.
The thing I don't get about this, okay, and so Brock Lesnar's music hits. He comes down, basically.
No, Ali was about to grab the briefcase.
Well,
and then
there were
Brock
several
Lesnar's
that were getting
music.
ready to grab the briefcase.
Turn in your Finn Balor fan shirt now, Maven. Sorry.
She forgot totally all about Finn Balor.
I forgot, okay? It was kind of forgettable in this match. He was taken out in the very beginning.
Yeah, it is
Sorry.
in this case. There were several that were getting close to, like,
but Ali happened to be the one
Here's
on the
my
ladder.
favorite part. You have all of these wrestlers. They do it. All of them. Even, like, the women do it. They, like, step up on the first rung on the ladder, and they reach up like they're going to reach this thing that's, like, 5 foot above the ladder. The ladder is, like, 12 foot tall.
Oh, let me get it. And then they're like, they take another step.
And then they take another
up,
step and, like, reach up like, oh, I'm going to get it.
Oh, it's so funny. You're like, it makes you laugh. Drew McIntyre did it, and it was so funny.
But the funny thing with him was he didn't extend his arm. It was like this short arm thing. It was like, oh, I'm gonna get it.
It was so funny. They also spent 20 years.
Yeah, they spent 20 years climbing the ladder. It's like, lining the ladder up and then climbing it. It takes them forever. Like you can just like fly up the ladder and they like, oh, there's 1 step.
There's 2.
10 seconds later, 2 steps. And you're sitting there going, they're going to get pulled off that ladder because they're like taking their time.
So Ali, he got up the ladder and he was reaching for the briefcase. And for a second there, I thought he was actually going to win. And I was going to be like, what? Ali?
Don't hit the table.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it.
It's like going through the mic.
I didn't mean to hit the table. I'm so sorry.
And you're hurting everybody's ears when you do that.
What?
Okay, you're hurting my ears when you do that.
Sorry. No, but I was trying not to smack the table. But I was like, Ali's gonna win? What the buckets is this? And so we're getting there. And then the music hits. And I was like, whose music is that? Whose music is that?
It was Brock Lesnar's.
It was Brock Lesnar's music. And it was like the and I was like, whose music is that? I couldn't remember whose music it was. And then I saw him run down the ramp, and I was like, no! No!
And
no, they're not actually going to do this, are they? And then they did. And I threw my phone, and it was not a good scene, okay?
Yep. And now she'll never get another phone because when hers dies,
my phone is right here.
That'll be it.
My phone is right here.
And this is, I'm going to tie this back to the women's Money in the Bank. So anyway, Brock Lesnar comes down the ring, uncontested, puts a ladder up, goes up, grabs the briefcase, and he is your Money in the Bank winner.
I don't understand this.
So
okay, wait. I understand why they did it.
I don't.
But I don't understand why they did it.
So why'd they do it?
Now, it's being reported, and it's already been, leaked, that Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar are going to have a match at the Super Showdown.
Yeah, so why do that?
Now, why on earth give Mr. Brock Lesnar... I'm not even going to call him Mr. He doesn't deserve that title. Why did you give Brock Lesnar... Why did Brock Lesnar be given the Money in the Bank briefcase?
Yes, the phone did nothing to you.
If he's going to have this match at Super Showdown anyways.
Well, that's why I don't understand why they did it. I mean,
because it's not like it's I'm going to cash in my briefcase and then our match is set for Money in the Bank. It's not or a Super Showdown. It's not like a contract signing. It's a legit thing where it was like that Bayley instinct where you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to cash it in because I've got the upper hand and I'm going to do it.
Why are you hitting me?
I'm sorry. But I just don't understand.
I don't know why they did that.
I don't get it.
It's not always good to throw something. Bendy, when he was younger, threw something at my TV and killed it.
Oh, yeah, I do. I feel like I remember this just a little bit.
Yeah.
I was little, but I remember that happening.
Yes. My TV was never the same after that.
It was broken, is what it was.
Yes.
And so, I just don't understand why on earth it was an accident.
Yeah, he accidentally stood facing the TV and threw something at it.
Because he was angry.
Yeah. And killed it.
He killed the TV.
Yeah, the Silver Surfer. Little Silver Surfer dude he threw at the TV.
From McDonald's.
I think he wanted to see if it could fly. It did pretty good till it hit the TV.
Oh, boy. And so, I just don't understand. Why put the Money in the Bank briefcase on Brock Lesnar if we're going to get this match at the Super Showdown anyways? I just don't get it.
How you doing, Rob?
How's it going? I'm a little upset.
Yeah, she's a little upset.
Stupid Brock Lesnar won.
Becky Lynch loses one belt.
That's not...
Brock Lesnar now has a shot at the title. She's very angry.
I'm not even mad that Becky lost one belt. Okay? I'm glad she's still Becky. I have a belt. Because if they were about to put that belt on Lacey Evans, then we would be having some issues here. I am absolutely fine with them leaving the Raw belt on her and giving the other one to Bayley. But at first they gave it to Charlotte, and then I was a little upset. And then they put it on Bayley, and I was fine. I was fine.
You were fine.
Yes, fine.
But
then Brock Lesnar came and he ruined it.
Well, I don't know.
With his stupid, I'm going to jump into money.
I'm going to tell you this.
Wait. Another question. Sorry. Then you can get on with your thought before you forget it. Because...
See, Rob's happy that Brock won.
I am not. I'm sorry.
I don't like the way they did it.
I don't understand it.
Well, if they...
Wait. Sorry. Wait. Why on earth? Okay, so if they weren't going to have another person added into the match, how does that even work that he could just come in and straight up go, ha! I'm taking the briefcase.
Well, and that's the part I don't understand. If they weren't going to have him in the match, then why just have him
Why didn't you put him in the match from the beginning?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk tonight, definitely.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
I am just a little bit...
I just, I think the one thing is the issue I have is that why if Brock Lesnar can come down and get the Money in the Bank for the men's, why didn't Sonya Deville just go up and grab the Money in the Bank for the women's?
Exactly. Makes no
I mean, they should just let anybody come down and, like, it's the WWE just allowing, like, having, like, there's no rules. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. And that's the part I don't like about Brock winning. If they were going to put him in the match, I'm cool with it. You know, he wins. I wouldn't like it because I don't like Brock Lesnar.
Well, the other thing is it just doesn't make sense is if they're going to have the match at Super Showdown and it's an actual match, you can't just straight up have him win the Money in the Bank briefcase. What does that do for him? It's like I said, it's not like a contract. I mean, it is a contract. It's a contract to get a title opportunity.
Yeah, it is.
But the thing is, it's not like it's a set match. You come in and cash it in when you can.
Well, that's just it. I mean, that's...
Which makes no sense to me. As to why would you put it on him if you were going to have the match at Super Showdown anyways, and that's the route you choose to get there?
Well, unless they're going to have...
Seth in another match?
Well, unless they have Seth lose over the next week or two before, you know, the Super Showdown. He loses the title to Brock. I don't know.
How does that even work?
I don't know. That wouldn't work.
I just don't understand.
So maybe Brock cashes in at, you know, sometime in the next couple weeks, and then Seth gets a title shot at Super Showdown.
Just begging.
So they just changed the way they do it.
I'm from the Netherlands.
We are from the U.S.
Yeah, from the United States. It's cool. But I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't understand.
I don't either.
It just, to me, it makes no sense.
No, I don't like the way they did it. Don't like the way it's done.
And especially, like I said, it's just, if they're going in that direction anyways, putting him in the match at Super Showdown in 2 or 3 weeks, why did you have to choose this route to get there? It doesn't make any sense.
No. I hope that, you know, I don't know where they're going to go with it. We'll see what the storyline is.
Get it.
Hopefully WWE over the next, you know, couple
Why
weeks.
do they hand Brock Lesnar everything?
Well, I don't know, because it's ridiculous what they do with him.
I just don't get it.
I hope they come up with some storylines over the next couple weeks leading up to the next pay-per-view. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I
wonder if we're going to see Bray Wyatt tomorrow. And if
know.
he's going to address the Sammy thing.
Yeah.
You subbed.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks so much. We appreciate that.
Definitely.
But I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm curious to see where they go with certain things.
Yeah.
You know. Well, I mean, I think, okay, so we didn't really mention this, but like the Charlotte and Lacey thing where they double team them, we both talked about them being a tag team, and I very well think that could be happening.
Well, that's because the women's tag team division really is kind of
the only questionable thing right now is that they're on 2 separate brands. They're not in the same brand, so I don't know what they'd do with that.
Does it matter? Because they've kind of, I mean, I guess if you do it that way, it kind of gives you a reason to have them do cross branding. If you're going to say, okay, this one's part of SmackDown, this one's part of Raw, and then they just do cross branding.
Yeah.
Which I think they have to get rid of anyway. Just get rid of all of it. Don't have a Raw champion. Don't have a SmackDown champion. Let's just like combine it and have one champion. And then have some, like, put another title or two out there that are, like, minor.
Well, they're making a new title on Monday, so...
Well, like, but I'm going to guess that's for the women. Or for the men, it's going to be a hardcore title. That's what I'm going to guess. See ya, Rob.
Bye. Thanks for stopping in.
Yes. Definitely thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Check out our show later on.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't understand where they're going with it, and the funny thing is we've been talking about like getting rid of titles.
Yeah.
And then they come in and they're gonna have now I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Jamie. So I don't understand why, you know, they're going to add more titles when I think they should be taking away titles.
Taking them away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least combining the major titles and maybe throwing another minor title or two for women.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah.
So that was pretty much what happened
Pretty
on
much.
the show. You won the
I did.
predictions.
I won
So
the predictions.
you now get to keep the belt.
Belts. I'm so cool. We're gonna walk around with this. This will be on every show from. Whoa! We just got to turn this inside. Gotta hold that belt the correct way.
Yeah.
Whoa! It's being see-through because the light's shining off of it.
That is crazy.
But yeah, we just gotta show this every time we can. It'll be back tomorrow. If you want any special guest appearances, for it.
Yes.
Be on every time I'm on, which is every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. After every pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Regular stuff. Pretty cool.
So that will be it. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT, and of course after every pay-per-view.
We also do a prediction stream, generally the Friday before pay-per-view. Next weekend is Double or Nothing, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll have to decide what we're going to do with that.
Figuring things out. We still have to get the pay-per-view.
Well, the big thing with that is you don't know. There's really... I mean, they've been building storylines with AEW, but, I don't know where they're going to go with any of them.
I don't either.
So,
one thing I will say, it's being reported that the Pac and Adam Page match is being removed.
Yes.
Because Pac doesn't want to take a loss.
Yes. So. We'll talk about more of that here as we figure stuff out over the next couple days when we stream. So we will be back tomorrow night
with for a recap of Raw, hopefully.
Yes.
As long as everything's working.
Yeah. Seems like Mondays or Tuesdays we have internet issues. It's weird.
But
we'll see what happens. So with that, we will see. Oh, make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell like Rob did, and then you will know when we go live and when we are out there.
We will see you tomorrow for a recap of Raw.
Peace.
Peace.